Senior 6. People are wondering about my sex life as a senior. Wondering how come I still find the energy and if it's still enjoyable and why don't I find it tiring, still having energy. I guess as a senior I still got it like that. I'm just being silly, people, really silly. But truly, do I look like a senior today? I figured with the hat and all, it just might give me the look of a senior that I'm going for. After all, seniors nowadays are looking better and better. But really though, seniors are having sex. Real, enjoyable, satisfying sex. So what you talking about? They're still alive, contrary to some opinions. And being alive means that there is still blood flowing through their veins. So of course they're having sex. I mean, konnichiwa, and welcome to Sex Talk with Ali. I'm your resident health educator, Allison. So you're 50, 60 or older, yeah? Are your thoughts along the lines of, I'm getting too old for that crap? Or, I wish I could be having more sex? Or just having sex, period? Or maybe you've been thinking, I've had my children, I've done my duty, so I don't need to be bothered with that anymore. If he wants, let him go find it somewhere else. Or even, sex is just too boring, I can't be bothered. Really, people, if you're thinking along those lines, please stop. Because that kind of thinking is only going to impact the frequency of your sexual activity and restrict your creativity and satisfaction. Sex, even when it's not penetrative, is still sex, and no matter the kind of sex you're having, it can still be hot, passionate, and satisfying. So why make it a challenge for you? Nope. As a senior, having sex is still very much your right, but how you do it is all up to you. Let us talk. Remember what sex was like in your 20s and your 30s? All hot and sweaty and fulfilling, even orgasmic. Well, at least I hope for many it was all of that. As you age, then there is no reason that you shouldn't continue enjoying that kind of satisfaction in your sex life. In fact, some of you may have found that you enjoy sex better as you're older. Maybe it's because you enjoy more freedom, a greater level of confidence, and more experience. So there really is no reason you shouldn't continue to enjoy your sexuality into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and even beyond. Why not? In fact, it comes with benefits to your physical health. Things like greater quality of sleep, slower cognitive decline, lower rates of cardiovascular disease, and for men, lower rates of cancer. Great benefits, right? So, I can just see the faces of some of your younger folks going all, about the thought that your parents or grandparents are still having sex. Get over yourselves already. They have every right to have sex. They're still alive with functioning penises and vaginas. And if it's not, there are ways around that, So even if you don't want to think about it, they can still have it. But in all that sex that they can still have, needs to continue to be safe. You must be safe. So no thinking, well, because I'm older, maybe a widower and what have you, I can do what I want, when I want, where I want, with who I want. Sex must still be safe. We cannot forget about safety just because you're older. We've all heard the stories about sexually transmitted infections in older folks, including in nursing homes. Unsafe sex, baby. And that's partly because they believe at that age they're immune to that type of infection. No sir, no ma'am. Safe sex is still a must, especially if you're thinking of getting a new partner. Sex as a senior can be different from how sex was for you before, but you can still beat the tiger or water your garden in many ways that can still bring intimacy and pleasure, either through non-penetrative sex or in positions that are more comfortable for you. Or it could just really be about touch and closeness. You decide. Now, ladies, our sex life can fluctuate due to factors like hormones and menopause and even medications. In fact, for many of us ladies, our sexy time is getting a beating from relationship stress, job stress, menopause, and aging. And it's not because we're angry black women. God, but I hate that phrase. And men, your testosterone levels, that will decline along with your sex drive. But that is a normal part of aging. Tell me, have you noticed that you need more stimulation to get an erection and have an orgasm? Or even that your orgasms are shorter? Maybe you've noticed that your ejaculations are less forceful and your semen is less. Or even that it takes you longer to get an erection after ejaculation, the refractory period. Go check out my video on that. Folks, I get it. These changes may cause some anxiety. We are dealing with changes in our bodies that we're not accustomed to. All these aches, pains, and strains. But male or female, adapting to those changes will allow us to enjoy an active and satisfying sex life. So don't give up and talk to your partner about your needs, your desires, and your concerns, even if you find it embarrassing. Yes, I know. Why do I have to talk about this? But that's what it is. So, seniors, I'm going to end here for this video. But I will give you some tips for having a better sex life. Just look for the next video. Like really, the next video already posted. So until I will see you there.